I'm going to talk about every single movie I watched in the year of 2025. Okay. We're going to go through my Letterboxd, because that's where the only way I have ever kept track. And I don't think I watched that many movies this year, unfortunately, because I mostly just rewatched stuff. The last movie, okay, well, technically I watched this in 2026, but I'm still going to talk about it because it's like probably going to be the only relevant movie. Primate. I went to go see it with my friend, and I think that's the only way you could possibly enjoy that movie is if you go and watch it with somebody else, because genuinely it was so buns. It was so buns. Every single time a new plot point was brought up, I was just like, I don't think that's true. So I did a lot of Googling after after I finished it, and a lot of it was true. So shout out for like, but I'm sure like I almost know exactly what happened in that room whenever they pitched this movie. They were like, okay, so like rabies is non-existent in Hawaii. So what if we make a movie about a monkey that gets rabies in Hawaii, and they also are in pools, so they're so all the hot girls are sopping wet the whole movie. Monkey rolling eyes emoji. No thanks. Also, it was genuinely so funny, but like not really, but like ironically, like the whole movie I was just like, okay, can they all die yet? Like, when are they going to die? When, especially, I don't remember any of their names. They all had, I take that back. I think the dad's name was Adam, and he was chill. They had deaf representation. Shout out Adam. He was chill. He was a chill guy. Genuinely the only character in the movie that I was like rooting for. But also, they're all going to die of rabies within the next like 2 weeks. Like, after the movie ends, like they're all going to die of rabies. They are all infected. I guess I should say spoiler alert, but they say that the monkey has rabies within the first like literally seconds of the movie. Like it starts off with a black screen and it's like hydrophobia is the fear of water. Common symptom of rabies. Like, oh, gee, thanks. I now know what the entire movie is about. Anyways, I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars because I thought it was entertaining. However, it was not good. Sinners. I think whenever I initially watched it, I liked it a lot more than I do now. It was good. It was good. However, it wasn't the best. I felt like the acting was like okay. It was okay. Like I don't really have very strong feelings towards it. I thought it was okay. I liked the storyline. However, the entire time I was like, I wish they had a bag of rice, because if you don't know, vampires, if you throw a bag of rice on the ground, they have to like stop whatever they're doing and count each grain of rice. Like, actual thing, look it up. That is, like, vampire lore. And every single time I watch a vampire movie, I'm just like, okay, when are they going to grab the bag of rice? Like, where's the rice? Okay, next movie. I just want you guys to know that I would have put in, the release dates, except the 2 button on my keyboard is broken. So, yeah. Sorry. Wicked for Good. I thought it was rushed. I thought, not the movie. I didn't think the movie felt rushed. In fact, I felt like having 4 hours of Wicked was too much for me. I just think that, like, the production-wise, it was rushed. And also, Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, what are you doing? What are we doing? Maybe it's because I've never really had, like, a true, like, girl friendship like that. Is that what girl friendship is? Because if so, then I don't want it. Like, that just seems like my nightmare situationship from, like, middle school. Like, oh, okay, wait. One more thing about Wicked for Good. I could not stop quoting it afterwards. That movie is so quotable. And, like, I've seen the whole musical before. I watched it, the national tour cast whenever it came through, where I live. But, like, I just thought that the movie was so much more quotable. Elphabathrop, I know you're out here. Come in before the monkeys see you. Like, all of the line deliveries just felt so off. And also, Jonathan Bailey, is that his name? Theo. I thought that they had no chemistry whatsoever. It was so funny. The next movie I watched was Weapons. I wanted to like Weapons. I really did. But I didn't. I didn't like Weapons. I tried to watch it on Halloween, and then I fell asleep. I fell asleep because I thought it was, like, low-key boring. And then I watched it again, like 2 weeks later, and I just didn't like it. I felt like the tone shifts, I think, is what got me. Because, like, I was getting really, really into it whenever the heroin junkie, like, jabbed that cop with the needles. Like, I was like, oh, yes. Like, it's getting interesting. No. They kind of, like, low-key just dropped that plotline entirely. And then there was all of a sudden, like, this random old lady. I was like, oh, she's the evil one. Of course it's the old lady. It's always the old lady. Why is it always the old lady? Well, actually, I do know why it's always the old lady. It's because no one expects it to be the old lady, so they make it the old lady, except everyone expects it now because they always make it the old lady because they think that no one expects it. But everybody expects it now. Does that make any sense? I don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care. Bottoms. I know I'm late to the party for, like, most of these movies. I am terrible about watching movies whenever they come out. I watched them, like, 2 years later. Anyways, Bottoms, I didn't like it. It was just okay. Like, I don't really have strong opinions for it or against it, and I think that's why I don't like it, because I like to feel things. And I just didn't feel anything, except, like, low-key annoyed, because there was that one character, the white one, that was, like, there was, like, the two best friends. I didn't like her. Every single time she was on screen, I was just, like, pissed off. Because she was so annoying. And I just felt like she wanted everything. Maybe that was kind of the point, that she was, like, annoying. But, like, nothing in this movie would have happened if she just kept her mouth shut. That's just not my thing. It was just, like, I'm not a person who likes really campy movies. Except I do. I like campy movies, but it has to be a certain type of camp for me to like it. Like, I love But I'm a Cheerleader, and I love Lisa Frankenstein. They are so campy, but I love them. But this one, it was just like, I think it's just because it was like I don't want to say too mainstream, but, like, it didn't have charm. It didn't have charm for me. And I feel like Lisa Frankenstein and But I'm a Cheerleader both have a lot of charm, and a lot of, like, Bottoms just had a lack of charm. Eyes Without a Face. It came out in 1960. It's a horror movie. I liked it. I actually really liked it. The person I watched it with literally hated it, and I know she did. But she was, like, kind of lying to me, and she's like, no, I liked it, but she was, like, asleep. Also, this is here because I started making a video about, like, ranking the DVDs that I had. I realized that all of them were, like, kids movies, and then I was, like, kind of embarrassed. It's what you would kind of expect from a French movie made in the 1960s. But I'm a big fan. And I also just, like, I like kind of, like, the gothic vibes, you know? Like, whenever I was watching it, it felt less like I was watching a movie and more like I was like, this is so, like, visually and aesthetically pleasing to me. And that might be controversial. I actually have no idea. That I might get hate for that. Ugh. Honey, don't. Genuinely so disappointing. So disappointing. I had really high hopes for this movie. I read the bad reviews. Or I didn't read them, but I saw them. And I was like, okay, but these people are also haters. Like, a lot of my favorite movies have, like, low-key bad reviews. But I wanted so much from this movie. And I felt like they just kept switching the plot line, and none of it made any sense. Like, the whole thing with, like, the church and the, like, freaky pastor who was played by the guy who plays Thor, I think. It kind of just, like, fizzles out. And then, her niece is missing. And then, it's actually her lover. I just didn't like it. Also, in the like advertisements, they were like, "Oh, Audrey Plaza plays this like butch lesbian girl." That was not butch. She was not butch. Anyways, I thought that movie was bad and extremely disappointing, and I wish I never watched it. Okay, next I watched Exit Through the Gift Shop. It was a documentary. I watched it for my film class, actually, and I really, really liked it. I don't know if this is like unpopular. I think it's unpopular with people like my age, but I love documentaries. I eat up a good documentary, and I felt like this one just like really like captivated my attention. You know, I really felt like I was kind of like going through it. Like I was like rooting for these people, and then I wasn't rooting for these people. I need to rewatch it, to be honest. But I thought the visuals were really, really nice. And if you want a good documentary to watch, go watch Exit Through the Gift Shop. American Psycho. Okay. I'm really late to the party for like all of these movies, but I felt like I needed to get like, I started to like go to abstract with the movies I was watching, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to watch more movies that like other people have seen. And I have a friend who really, really loves American Psycho, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it that much. I thought it was okay. I liked what it was saying, and I also liked that it was directed by a woman. Shout out. I think it was. Was it directed or written by a woman? I think it was directed. Also, every single movie where Jared Leto dies is a good movie. Yeah, it was directed by a woman, so shout out. And I liked what it was critiquing, and I also think it's... But I think what ruined it for me was because of the men who I associate with American Psycho. Because they're all like, oh, he's so cool, he's so tough, oh, I'm just like him, oh. Like, no, you're not. You're probably a chud. Let's be real here. You're probably ugly. You could never get a woman. If you're sitting there and you're watching American Psycho and you're like, oh, he's so cool. He's so cool, oh. First of all, shut up. Shut up! Boo! Boo! But also, like, why would you want to be like him? Controversial opinion, but maybe killing people isn't cool. Okay, the next movie I watched was Girl Interrupted. I really liked it, but, like, of course I would. Like, look at me right now. Of course I like Girl Interrupted. Of course. Again, it had Jared Leto in it, which any movie with Jared Leto in it is just like, I really hate Jared Leto. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It's Girl Interrupted. I don't know. Go watch it. It's What's Inside. Oh my gosh, this movie was a fever dream. If you have not seen It's What's Inside, go watch it. Go get a group of friends and watch it. It's crazy. Okay. This movie was so funny. Okay, it's like it's camp. It's camp in a good way. This is the camp that I like. It's so dumb, but also like the last 30 minutes of that movie did not need to be there, but I'm so glad it was. Like, it could have ended like 30 minutes earlier than it did. Like, I remember watching it and I paused it to go to the bathroom, and I paused it and I was like, how is there still 30 minutes left of this movie? I thought it was almost over. It's crazy. Okay. The cinematography and, like, the way that it was, like, shot, or, like, how they conveyed whenever it's like a body switching movie. It's a body switching movie. So, you know, obvious body switching hijinks ensue, you know, they all get freaky. They all get freaky. It's kind of... I loved how they used the lighting to, like, show, like, it would be, like, normal lighting, and then everything would turn red, and then you would see who, like, they actually are. And I just found that to be really neat. I liked that choice a lot. And I liked how they used it, too. Because then you were, like, let in on the secret, which I just thought was so, like, cool. I also liked, like, the setting. It took place in one of their mom's houses, I think. It was, like, they were getting married. And they were having this, like, last party. Yeah, and the mom was, like, this, like, kind of kooky, like, artist. So all of the like, rooms in the house were super weird. Like, there was this one room where there was, like, a bunch of mirrors and, like, lights, and it was really cool. At first, I was like, okay, this is stupid. Like, the first, like, 15 minutes of the movie is so dumb. But as soon as they start switching bodies, I'm like, oh, wait, this is kind of interesting. Anyways, shout out Catherine for recommending that movie to me. Marie Antoinette. The Marie Antoinette movie with, what's her face in it? Kristen Dunst. Is that her name? I don't know. I think it's popular for a reason. I liked that they played Susie the Banshees. I liked that they played The Cure in it. If I remember correctly, there was a New Order song in it too. And like there was one shot where there was like a pair of Converse in the background. I don't know. I thought it was like fun. It's a fun movie to watch. It's obviously sad at the end. I thought it was an enjoyable watch, and it was very aesthetically pleasing. It was very pretty. I thought it was good. Okay. The next movie I watched was Malevolent, starring Florence Pugh. If I remember correctly, it was the old lady who was the bad guy. Because of course. I watched this movie. I was in a hotel room in Dallas. My sister and my dad were at a concert, and I didn't go because it's K-pop, and I'm like, I don't really care about K-pop. Also, they didn't buy me a ticket because they're fake. Kidding. I watched this movie, and I genuinely, like, had to pause it halfway through just so I could be like, because, like, okay, it took place in, like, the 1980s, but you could not tell. You could not tell. I mean, like, the only reason I even caught on that it didn't take place modern day, whenever they were filming it, which was, like, 2018, I think, you can tell. The, like, fashion that they wear is so 2018. The only reason you could possibly tell that it doesn't take place modern day is by the technology that they were using. Like, they're using, like, cassette tapes, and at first I was just like, oh, whatever, they're, like, vintage and quirky or whatever, because I think they're in, like, London? Ireland? It was so bad. It was so bad. Everyone just makes the stupidest mistakes. Okay, this is just how I feel about horror movies in general. Horror movies are just not good. Speaking my truth. I think there are a handful of good horror movies, and the rest of them are just copies off of those buns. Literally buns. Literally buns. That movie was so buns. Ugh. Mulholland Drive. I have mixed opinions. I think it was good. However, it was also bad. A lot of the plot lines throughout the movie were just kind of dropped. I hate that. I hate whenever plot lines aren't finished, or like there was like scenes that were almost completely pointless. And maybe I just need to rewatch it. I've seen it twice now. I watched it and then I immediately rewatched it because I was like, what the hell just happened? Because the entire plot line changes within the last like 30 minutes, which means a lot of stuff just gets abandoned. I would describe the descriptor that Mulholland Drive is Fight Club for lesbians is kind of accurate. I think Fight Club is a lot better of a movie. However, I do see where people are coming from whenever they say Mulholland Drive is Fight Club for lesbians. Because it does kind of have that, like, spoiler alert, but it kind of does have the, like, and it was all a dream, or it was all, like, imagination. They made it up in their heads. Fight Club is better about using this plot line where it's like, oh, and it was all in his head. Because they, like, hinted at it throughout the movie. Whereas Mulholland Drive was just, like, I think she was overdosing. It was just, like, her, like, final, like, fantasies, I guess, while she was dying. Which is, like, it was okay. I wanted to like it. I really, really want to like it. I want to find a Willow movie that I really like. If you have any recommendations, put them in the comments. I don't know. Okay, the next movie I watched was Tank Girl. I wanted to like it, but I didn't. I really, really didn't like it. The entire movie, I was just like, I felt like my brain was rotting. Like, genuinely, Tank Girl was like brain rot. Like, why did she sleep with the kangaroo guy and not the hot girl that she had lesbian tension with the whole movie? They literally kissed, and I was like, yes, I didn't even know, like, this, I didn't even know that they were gonna make her gay, like, I didn't know, like, this was, like, it wasn't. It was just, like, they're girls, and they kissed, And then the guy finds it kind of hot. I'm messing with this. I'm holding it like a gun. Anyways. I didn't like it. I liked that they played Bjork in it. I love Bjork. They played Army of Me. But I didn't like it. The entire time I was just like, this is dumb and making me kind of uncomfortable. Maybe I just don't get it. I probably just don't get it. Nosferatu, the 2024 remake. Oh! I wanted to like it. I really did. Okay, maybe I didn't go into it with like the best. Because I was watching it with someone and we were like just making fun of it kind of the whole time. It was freaky. I need you to come to my palace and freak me. Like, but the entire movie was just like, please come to me. Like, is his name Nosferatu? I think it is. Whenever he was Nosferatu, the vampire guy, was sucking the blood out of the one guy who was in the menu. I'll talk about that later, actually. Anyways, while he was sucking the blood out of the guy, he was, like, arching his back. And I was like, bro, what is this? Like, I haven't seen the original 1930s Nosferatu. Maybe I need to watch it. Maybe I would understand it more. Because I don't think the original one was that freaky. Maybe it was. I don't know. Trainspotting is the next movie I watched. I liked it. Because of course I did. I am kind of a film bro, which is kind of unfortunate. Well, I take that back. The Wolf of Wall Street wasn't good. I didn't like The Great Gatsby. I didn't like American Psycho. Some of the movies that they choose are good. And I liked Trainspotting. I did. It was nasty. If you know, you know. But I did enjoy it. I haven't seen the sequel. I think there's a sequel. I haven't seen it. And I don't plan on watching it because it probably doesn't need one. I know it doesn't need a sequel. And also their accents are funny. And like half the movie I was like, huh? What are they saying? Huh? And then afterwards I kept talking in a Scottish accent because it was funny. Because I thought it was really funny. Paprika. I liked it. There's one scene. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. There was this one scene where the girl is like kind of like in a skin suit and the guy like, it's nasty. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. It was a fever dream. It was genuinely a fever dream. And that's kind of the point of the movie. It was technically a fever dream. Like the entire movie was. I didn't know what the hell was happening. Like half of it. But I was like, wow. It's crazy. Go watch it. I think it's on YouTube, actually. Okay. The Science of Sleep. Oh! It's actually on my top 4 now, my Letterboxd top 4. I really, really liked The Science of Sleep. If you haven't seen it, first of all, go watch it. Second of all, it's like Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, but French and also on acid. This might be spoilers. But you can't differentiate, like, reality from dreams. So a lot of the movie is very weird. I like movies about dreams, I'm realizing. I just think dreams are, like, so interesting and so weird. And The Science of Sleep also uses a lot of practical effects, which I love. I love practical effects. Ah, they're so good. Anyways, I really, really like that movie. If you like Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, if you like movies, you should go watch The Science of Sleep. The Minecraft movie. I actually unironically enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. I'm not even going to lie. Like, the humor was kind of my humor, which is like low-key embarrassing. I think my favorite joke, Jennifer Coolidge and the villager are on a date, and the waiter asks, and she's like talking to the villager, and she's like, "Are you finished?" Like asking if he's done with his food, and then Jennifer Coolidge goes, "No, I think he's Swedish." That is so funny. That is so funny, and you can't even lie. Like, that is actually freaking comedy gold. Anyway, I could tell that it was written by a British person because the humor was so British, and I love British humor. But, like, also, like, it was the Minecraft movie. It was the Minecraft movie, and I was like genuinely laughing, and like I was just like, what is happening? I didn't even want to watch this movie. My mom was like, we should go watch the Minecraft movie, and I was like, okay. So we watched it, and it was so bad. It was so bad, but so good. Anyways, I can't believe I got that I got that passionate about the Minecraft movie. So 28 Years Later came out this year, and in preparation, I rewatched 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. 28 Days Later, peak. It's so good. It's my favorite zombie movie, I think, of all time. I also really like Shaun of the Dead, but I like them for very different reasons. I liked that it was like the military guys were like the villains we made along the way. I don't know. It kind of like subverts your expectations of what a zombie movie could be. Like, zombie movies don't have to be like, oh, the zombies are the bad guys. And I think that this is becoming like more of a popular trope, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't consume that much zombie media. Actually, I take that back. I've watched a lot of zombie movies in my life. Probably more than the average person that is like me. 28 Days Later, peak. 28 Weeks Later, buns. The entire movie literally has no point. They just kind of did what the first movie did, but like worse, I guess. The entire point of it is like, oh, like my brother has he has this like gene, and his genes can like make the cure for the zombies, because he like doesn't get infected. But it just ends with them dying in a helicopter crash, and it's like, why did I watch that? Like, I didn't watch the movie and think a single part of it was good. Like, I genuinely cannot think of a good thing that happened in that movie. And then 28 Years Later, it was okay. It wasn't as bad as 28 Weeks Later. 28 Weeks Later was buns. 28 Years Later was just okay. But I could just tell that they were setting up for the sequel. And I was right. They came out with the sequel. I still haven't watched it. I don't think anybody has watched it, because, like, why would you? Again, with the tone, like, kind of had the same issue with Weapons, with, like, the tonal shifts, where it would go from, like, this, like, super dramatic, like, oh, his mother just died, he put her skull at the top of this, like, huge tower, to, oh, he's meeting this group of guys that do backflips and, like, kill zombies. Like, rolling my eyes. Like, how am I supposed to take this movie seriously whenever it ends so cartoonish? A lot of really good stuff happened in that movie, but it was all just, like, ruined in the last, like, 30 seconds. Okay, the next movie I watched was The Incredibly True Adventure of Two Girls in Love. Now, if you are a fan of But I'm a Cheerleader and want a movie that's, like, low-key like that but terrible, watch The Incredibly True Adventures of Two Girls in Love. Everyone who says that there are no lesbian rom-coms, you just don't know where to look, because this is one. And it's so bad. It's so bad. Genuinely, I don't really remember what happens in the movie. The only thing I really remember was it was bad. At the beginning of the movie, the, like, director or writer or whatever dedicated it to her first girlfriend. And I was like, oh, that's cute. And then I watched it and I was like, maybe that's kind of an insult. No, okay, it was sweet. It was sweet. I watched it and I was like, this is so bad, but also like, aw. Also, the weird age gap at the beginning, not my favorite. I hate age gaps. And I feel like a lot of queer movies have a lot of age gaps. And I think we should stop that trope. I think that we should stop that trope. I think it's pushing us back. Like, Carol? I actually might end up talking about this. I don't really remember if I watched this year or not. But like in Carol, it was an age gap. In Call Me By Your Name, age gap. Those are the only two movies I can think of right now that have an age gap, but I know there's a lot more. But I wish we would stop that trope. Oh my god, the next movie is Call Me By Your Name. I think that we should stop this trope. Stop. Okay, I enjoyed Call Me By Your Name. I did. The peach scene, a little crazy, but I did like Call Me By Your Name, though. I thought it was a very pretty movie. The soundtrack was good. I don't really know what else to say. Timothée Chalamet, age gap, peach, Italy. Yep, that's it. The next movie I watched was Megan is Missing. I'm going to explain myself. In middle school, I had this friend. She thought she was very hardcore. And she was like, oh my god, I love Megan is Missing. It's my favorite movie ever. It's so crazy. So naturally I wanted to watch it, but I never did. Because every single time we would start to watch it, I would fall asleep. Looking back, I'm glad I didn't watch it as a middle schooler, because I know I would have been like, oh, that was so good. Bro, it was not good. It was buns. It was buns. I hated every part of it. I hated everything. The acting was bad. It was bad. The found footage aspect was, like, kind of cool, I guess, but, like, I don't feel like it was done very well. It wasn't done well enough to where I was like, oh, that was, like, interesting. But also the director, or, like, whoever made this movie, the guy, he was clearly trying to make some material for him to use for personal reasons. It was a badly disguised, that. Anyways, and he was like, no, it's like to like prove a point. It's to like cautionary tale, like show this to your like teenagers. No, let's not show this to anybody. Let's actually lock this movie up in a vault so it is never ever seen by anybody, because oh my god, the way that they treated the two like 14-year-old characters, BT dubs, they were played by like freshly 18 actors. I don't even think they were 18 whenever they were shooting this. I don't know. It was just shock value. It was just shock value in a poorly disguised. Don't watch that movie. It was bad. The Menu. The Menu is the next movie I watched. I watched this on the plane. I watched this on an airplane. I thought it was okay. I don't have strong opinions about it, which is kind of why I don't like it, because I like to have strong opinions about things I watch. I thought it was just okay. It had the Queen's Gambit girl in it. She's beautiful. Shout out. It had the guy from Nosferatu in it. I thought it was okay. A24 for me is just so hit or miss. I kind of wish they all died in the end instead of like Queen's Gambit girl living. Like, whatever. How hungry? Starved. I don't know. I liked that they were kind of like parodying pretentious artists, I guess. I thought that was kind of fun. The premise of the movie was fun. I just don't know if I liked it that much in execution. However, it was entertaining to watch on a plane. I saw the TV glow. I was on a A24 rampage during this trip because we ended up getting lost, actually. Well, okay, we were snowed in. We were snowed in to Phoenix. We were trying to get to, like, on the border between Utah and Arizona. We were trying to get up there, and our flight landed in Phoenix, and it was, like, there's a blizzard. So we were stuck in Phoenix, and we tried to go around, so we ended up driving more, trying to get to our, like, actual Airbnb than we would have if we just drove straight from where I live to there. We were in the car for, like, I think close to 15 to 20 hours. It was crazy. Because all of the highways were shut down, so we were, like, trapped, basically. We ended up in California at one point. It was crazy. We ended up in Las Vegas. Anyways, I liked it. I don't think it was for me. Like, I don't really think I related to a lot of, and maybe it's because I'm not trans, but I didn't really relate to, like, a lot of what the characters were, like, going through, especially the main character. However, I did relate to rewatching something that I used to like and then figuring out that it was actually Buns this whole time. Really relatable. I thought it was a very aesthetically pleasing movie, but I'm just not, like, the target audience, which is unfortunate because I want to be. Like, I wanted to like that movie a lot, but I just was like, this is okay. It was okay. Okay, the next movie I watched was Maxine, and I remember this because I was on an A24 rampage. Maxine was buns, bro. It was buns. I was trying to watch the trilogy of, like, Pearl, X, and Maxine. Pearl, I liked. X, I haven't seen because I watched Maxine, and I hated it. Maxine was so bad. I don't remember why I really hated it. I just didn't like it. I think it's because how it ended, or, like, who, like, the actual, like, villain was. And that's all I have to say about that. Love, Lies, and Bleeding. Okay, I wanted to like this movie, but I just didn't. I just didn't like it. I'm sorry. I wanted to like it. I really did. I tried to like it, but I just, like, like, I feel like A24 just kind of tries to be weird just to be weird, which I don't mind necessarily. Like, a lot of my favorite movies are kind of just like weird just to be weird. Like The Science of Sleep, it's kind of just weird to just be weird. But I feel like A24 does it in like a, oh, we're so deep and so edgy kind of way. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying a little bit too hard. Like, it's not new enough, you know? Like, there's this one scene where like the buff lesbian throws up the like other lesbian. She's like having like a react. I think she was taking a bunch of steroids and she like started hallucinating, and she like hallucinated that she like threw up her girlfriend. And I was just like, ew. Like, there's no point. Oh, she's throwing up and it's like another person and it's like gross. Okay, and maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just not the target audience. Maybe I just don't get it. I don't know. I thought it was just okay though. Like, I was not in love with it, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to, and I thought I would. Lady Bird. I liked this movie. I really, really liked the soundtrack. The guy who made the soundtrack is the same guy who also made the score for Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of his music. I listen to his music a lot while, like, working on school stuff or, like, reading. I was a big fan of Lady Bird. I really enjoyed it. I think it's grown on me the more I've, like... Because whenever I first watched it, I was like, okay, whatever. But I rewatched it not that long ago, and I was like... I love it. Like, it's so good. Especially since, like, I kind of relate to her character, which might not be it's probably not a good thing. But I just found her real. You know what I mean? Like, she's a very she's an unlikable main character. However, I find that she was unlikable in kind of like a realistic way. Timothée Chalamet was in it. I have, like, no opinion towards Timothée Chalamet. He's just a guy in my mind. I'm like, every single time I see him, I'm like, oh, it's Timothée Chalamet. That was all the movies I watched in 2025. My favorite movie I watched this year, new movie I watched this year, because I obviously rewatched my favorite movies a million times, was probably The Science of Sleep. I really, really liked that movie. And my least favorite movie of the year was Megan is Missing. Okay, that's it. Anyways, bye!